Back in 2013, Transform Rockford came together after being ranked as one of the most miserable cities in the U.S. The goal was simple, helping the Forest City become a top 25 community by 2025. Well, it's now 2025, so WIFR reporter Alyssa Kelly met with Transform Rockford's current executive director and partnering organizations to find out where we stand and how it plans to continue its vision beyond 2025.
What Transform did was, I think, change the mindset of the community. It showed the community what's possible.
From being called a miserable city in 2013 to a vibrant community boasting progress in education, an increase in economic development, the hottest housing market, and being named one of the best cities to raise a family. Transform Rockford Executive Director Wally Haas says the city of Rockford has been resurrected.
The building we're standing in here is a good example. This building was, destined to be torn down, but then they saved this building, and now it is one of the most beautiful places to be in the city.
Haas explains a majority of the transformation that has taken place in the community since the inception of Transform Rockford has to do with the individuals who bought into the vision.
People saw what they could do, what individuals who band together can do for the betterment of the community.
And partnering organizations attest to this statement, explaining Transform Rockford has done its part addressing issues across the region like food insecurities.
It's so important to me because I've been serving the community for so many years, is the strength in our partnerships and people choosing to make a difference.
There's important work being done, but it's not work that always makes headlines.
Haas acknowledges work still needs to be done, but believes the community is now more inspired to continue moving forward.
The community vibe in general, I think, is more positive than it was when I came here 45 years ago.
In Rockford, Alyssa Kelly, WIFR News.
Haas says good things are coming in future years, explaining they are working with the Region 1 Planning Council on the Livable Communities Initiative.